What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing Christmas day. Today I've got for you some r/am I the butthole stories. In the first one, it's an absolute mad one, let me just say that. This guy asked his girlfriend to stop smiling in photos because he thinks it makes her look ugly. How mad is that? It's just a madness. Let's get straight into it. Am I the butthole for asking my girlfriend to stop smiling so widely for photos? I, a 43-year-old male, met a woman, a 34-year-old, online several months ago. We began talking and we really hit it off. She's a really pretty woman, but she does have a slight flaw to her physical appearance. She has a bad case of TMJ, which makes it so that when she gives a big smile, one side of her mouth curls up into a huge grin, while the other side basically stays still. Every selfie we've taken together has her looking like this. While I absolutely accept that this is just a condition she has, I wish she would do what she can to make it less noticeable. We've recently started talking about becoming engaged. Both of our sets of parents are ecstatic, since they both apparently thought that grandkids weren't happening from either of us. But when the subject of engagement photos came up, I told her that she should not smile quite so broadly so as to let her true, natural beauty shine through. She got really angry at this and said that the curled up lip on one side is her natural beauty, since it's her. She said that she isn't even sure if marrying me is a good idea anymore. I'm the youngest of 4 kids in my family and the only boy. My father, a 71-year-old, when he heard about this, told me that it was no wonder that none of my relationships have worked out through all these years, and that I need to apologize to her and beg her forgiveness. My 67-year-old mother said that I should have been nicer, but that she understands. I know all of this sounds bad, but I just really want her to be at her best. That's not for my sake, but for hers. Alright guys, I think this may be the first Am I the Butthole story that I've read out where I can conclusively say, and it's very obvious to say, yes, OP, you are clearly the butthole here. I mean, like, it's not even any question about it. You just come across as an absolute idiot, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't get anything about this. You say that you're not asking her to not smile for herself, but she's explicitly said to you that no, her true beauty is in her lopsided smile. It doesn't matter to her. She's happy with her smile. So I don't get what you're saying when you say that you're doing it for her. Clearly, I mean, it's so obvious that you're doing it for you and you want her to look better in photos or just in general for you, not for herself. She's happy the way she looks. You're clearly not happy the way she looks. Otherwise, you wouldn't even make a deal out of it or make a big deal out of it. I feel like you just need to, accept that that is how she looks. She's happy with that. You need to be happy for her and stop trying to change her. Yeah, I can't really believe this post. It's mad. Pretty much my overall point is, guys, and let me know down below if you agree with me on this one, because obviously this is all about, our discussion in the comments down below. I'm only saying my opinion, you give yours as well down below, guys, and I'll go through and look at your comments. But pretty much, it's not your girlfriend that's uncomfortable with her smile, it's you that's uncomfortable with her smile, and that's just not really on, is it? I completely agree with both your parents and with her when she's now reconsidering marrying you, because I would be reconsidering marrying you as well. Now moving on to our next post. Am I the butthole for not using my daughter's college fund for my stepson's rehab? The title basically sums it up, I suppose. My husband and I have been married for 3 years now. I have a 15-year-old daughter and he has a 24-year-old son. I am friendly with my stepson, but we aren't close. He has a biological mother who is a perfectly fine woman. I'm not here to take the role of his mum. My late husband, my daughter's father, died when my daughter was 6. We both contributed to her college fund. My daughter's paternal grandparents have also contributed a large amount. Right now, the fund has about $180,000 in it. My daughter is extremely bright, and I'm not just saying that because I'm her mum. I truly believe she has the capacity to go to an Ivy League school, and her teachers have said she has the potential as well, and I don't want costs to hold her back. Our income would be too high to get any meaningful financial aid, and while there are a few merit-based scholarships out there that she will be applying to, we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket and hope she gets it when it's so competitive. My current husband and I have separate finances. He does not contribute at all to my daughter's fund. My stepson is struggling with a heroin addiction and has stolen money, jewelry, heirlooms, and electronics from us for drug money. I understand that addiction is a disease, and I personally paid for an outpatient detox for him, which cost $1,000, which failed. His father then paid for an outpatient rehab program, which cost $6,500, which also didn't work because he barely showed up. He promised us he'd do better next time and he needed another chance, so I split the cost of another 6.5k outpatient rehab program with my husband, which seemed to work during the program, but he relapsed as soon as he got out of it. I've spent so much money, time, and energy, and it hasn't helped at all. My husband and my stepson want to try a 60-day inpatient rehab program, which will cost $30,000. I had absolutely no idea where they were supposed to get the money for that, considering the thousands and thousands of dollars that had already been spent, and the fact that we no longer had anything of value in our house. They want to use my daughter's college fund, which to me is absolutely off limits. I feel like it's completely unfair to my daughter to punish her for my stepson's addiction, unfair to my late husband and his parents, but frankly, I don't think spending $30,000 will work. My husband thinks I'm a butthole because I'm prioritizing my daughter's education over his son's life, and he believes medical needs come first. He then asked my daughter if she'd be willing to use $30,000 from her fund to pay for her stepbrother's rehab, and she got very quiet and did not answer. He then got very upset with her and said she was being selfish. My daughter later told me that she didn't want to give her stepbrother the money, but she felt so guilty, and I'm furious at my husband for emotionally guilt-tripping my daughter like that. I mean, ultimately, with a trust fund, right? I know right now it's not in your daughter's name, but that is where the money was always going to go, towards your daughter, OP, and towards her college fund. That was where the money was promised when it was sent from, your late husband, your parents, OP's grandparents and OP's dad. So it would just be wrong to now not use that money, as you say, that they knew was going towards, the daughter's college fund, and use it for someone else who they didn't even know, because, they weren't in their life at that time. I think it would be wrong personally. Ultimately, though, I think it is a combination of you and your daughter's choice. I don't think you should be, kind of like influenced by your new husband or the stepson if you can help it, because you need to think about this really objectively. The money has been going towards the daughter for all this time. It'd be wrong to take it out of that. Even though I agree with the husband, I do agree that medical and life comes before education. But I don't know. It would be wrong to your late husband and your late parents. I think to not give the money where they thought it was going. I don't know, guys. That one is obviously a little bit less clear cut than the first one, in which the guy was just a clear butthole. Again, comment down below, what do you think? I'll be interested to see your comments, and I'll heart any ones that make me change my mind on that. Now moving on to our final post. Am I the butthole for refusing to listen to my parents and wanting to sue my cousin for a prank? I, a 31-year-old male, recently had my cousin, a 21-year-old man, move in with me after he got kicked out of his college dorm and had no job to pay for rent. My parents told me I needed to step up and help because I own a house, live alone with my 2 golden retrievers and 2 birds that I have had since last year. My cousin would make fun of me whenever I call my pets family and generally thinks I'm crazy. He has a bad sense of humor and thinks he's funny. He calls me funny nicknames like Robot, Terminator, Optimus Prime, and others because I wear a prosthetic leg that I've gotten after I had an infection 2 years ago. I've been patient with him causing a mess and not even doing his own laundry, but it's been 3 months and it's too much already. Now recently, he's also started doing pranks and using personal things in his pranks, like my clothes, my phone, stuff from the kitchen, etc. I usually take off my prosthetic leg before going to bed, and since I work all day, I get to bed early, unlike him. He stays up till 3-4 AM. So he actually decided to prank me and hid my prosthesis somewhere. I saw that it was gone in the morning. He did it twice before and hid it in his room and the garage. I'd had enough of his BS and I just asked him where he took it, and he joked and said that it was inside the fridge. I was livid. I started screaming at him to stop it and tell me where my prosthetic leg was before I kick him out. That pun, sorry, I have to mention. If you've not done that on purpose, OP, the irony of that sentence is unbelievable, but I'm sorry, I'm taking away from the story. Let's move on. I'm just wondering, would he kick him out with his good leg or the prosthetic leg? Because he doesn't have the prosthetic leg at the moment. No, I'm sorry. Let's carry on. I'm so sorry, guys. He realized I was being serious and told me that it was in the attic. I let him go get it, and when he brought it to me, he looked worried and started apologizing when I saw the socket had cracks, the adjustment pyramid and pylon were damaged. He told me he hid it under the old TV and didn't think it was this fragile. It was there overnight, so the damage had already been done. I lost my head. I yelled at him, while all he did was apologize, saying it was just a prank, bro, which made it worse. I told him to leave, and I called my aunt to tell her about what her son did and that she needed to pay for the damages. Her reaction was shocking. She said that it was my fault because I knew how her son was and decided to take him in anyway, and that she won't take responsibility for his actions. I told her I'd seriously sue because I'm broke and I've got no money to pay for a prosthesis and crutches are unbearable. I was so angry. I kept lashing out at everyone, especially my mum and dad, who argued with me and said that I can't sue family and this is my cousin. He meant no harm. I told them that he created this situation and needed to fix it, but they called me awful for refusing to wait till Christmas is over and the family gatherings were all over for them to figure something out. I told them to stay out of it, but until now, they're telling me to not cause an issue. We're in the holidays, and suing my cousin will make them look bad to everyone. I'm stuck here with crutches, feeling awful after they all tried to shut me up and told me to wait till the holidays are over, then they'll raise money for me, and my cousin will just get away with it. Here's a little update from OP as well. My dad offered to fix it himself, but this is ridiculous. He thinks that it's some object like a CD player or a TV he can fix. I called him ridiculous to his face and I didn't let him touch it. He clearly thinks it's no big deal. I stopped taking his calls after that because he doesn't realise how big of an issue this is. Look, I don't care if it hurts your parents' relationship with the rest of the family, or you shouldn't do it because it's Christmas time. Sue your cousin. Sue the heck out of him. He's broken your prosthetic leg. Those things are like mad expensive. There's no way to raise money magically for you. Just sue him, get the money, get a new leg. Like, come on, you need this prosthetic leg to actually properly live, right? You can't just waddle around on one leg all day, can you? I gotta say, I did enjoy the line where you said, kick him out. I enjoyed it tremendously. I thought it was fantastic banter. However, I get the feeling it wasn't on purpose, so I don't want to come across as mean. I just enjoy that sort of chat. Anyway, overall, yeah, obviously you're not the butthole in this situation. I don't know why your parents and your whole family are turning against you. He's broken your prosthetic leg. That's a bit mad. Think about it. It's just of course he's got to pay. Clearly. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of r/am I the butthole. I really hope, as I said in the intro, that you're having an amazing day. And you know, if you are watching this video on Christmas Day, the big day itself, then massive shout out to you for, you know, spending a little bit of time with me on the big day. Yeah, if you want more immediately, then I'll have a little playlist here of all my Am I the Butthole videos. And also, later on today, I will be releasing a big Entitled Parents movie Christmas special edition. So yeah, if you're bored later on, don't worry guys, I've got a big video coming. Yeah, I'll see you later on today with that one. And yeah, have an amazing rest of your day.